Hi there, this is Kevin Stewart, Builds 250. I'm Kev, and this is the next instalment of Build the Ghostbusters Ecto 1 by HeroCollector and Eagle Moss, and this is stage 42 of issue 12. Okay, so stage 42 is the last of the subscribers pack for issue 12, and then just going to be waiting on obviously another subscribers pack coming through, maybe a couple of weeks. But big news is that the Ferrari F40 looks like it's definitely going ahead. Now, I've got an email off them a couple of days ago, I think, saying that it's going to be shipped out around about the 7th of October, so that's great news. Can't wait to get back into that. And as soon as it is, you can be rest assured that I'm going to be getting them built as soon as I can, because I'm loving that build. I'll be getting them up on the channel kind of as soon as I can get them all squared away and edited. But hey, back into the Ghostbusters Ecto 1, which is what this build is anyway. It's stage 42. And it looks like it's the dashboard parts. I'm going to be fitting them together. Going to get the upper and the lower dashboard parts together. But hey, let's have a look at the parts. Let's check it on the inventory, and then let's get into the build for stage 42. Okay, so all the parts here laid out for stage 42. Yeah, all there. The only problem I had, if you like, is on the sprue. Because if you can look, I've got two missing. I'm a bit worried about that, but there is two extras that were just kind of floating around inside the pack. So I don't know if they've, in quality control or whatever, seen that those two were missing and then threw two loose ones in the pack. But I've got 8, just no spares. I'm going to have to be pretty careful with those. But yeah, everything's there. So we'll just get into the build now for stage 42. Okay, so first thing it's asking us to do in this build is to build up the Gentech antenna, kind of a small part. The first thing it's asking us to bring over is the antenna body and the antenna center. So two kind of very small parts. And we're just going to be fitting them together using a BP screw. That's what it looks like. And then we've got a mount. Once again, not the biggest part in the world. That's just going to go on a little bottom there. And we're going to fit that with a GP screw this time. Just making sure that that's nice and square. Body. I'm liking all these little details. I think they really do add to, obviously just a normal model, but yeah, all these little kind of details, they are nice. They're going to help the model come alive. Okay, then bringing over the upper dashboard. It's going to fit on. Just making sure I'm getting that the right way around with the part that we put in the center towards the front. And that's going to be fitting on just like that. Just going to fit it on and fitted on with 4 GP screws. Okay, Gentech antenna fitted to the upper dashboard. Okay, coming to the real detail part, the really small parts on this one, which is onto this sprue. I've only got to cut 6 off because 2 came loose in the packaging. But yeah, obviously going to be using the sprue cutters to get those off. It's fairly easy to see where I need to cut on them. And they're going to be fitting them to this switch panel. So yeah, see how this goes. So that's all 8 off the sprue. I think they're not the tiniest parts, so just holding on to them when you're using the sprue cutters to take them off, I found that worked absolutely fine. Not going to be gluing these in. It doesn't say to glue these in, so it's just going to be a case of, does it say putting the long ends in, I think. Insert the longer pins end into the switch holes. So yeah, just going to be putting the longer ends into the switch holes. It's probably difficult to see. difficult to pick up no matter about sea. One end is slightly longer. Difficult to see, but one end is slightly longer than the other one, and the long end goes into the switch. Now, which way round does it go? Up, okay. So it's got a okay, so it went in not too bad, to be honest. It's fairly easy to see which way around they go. They've got like contours. But I only had one that pinged off, disappeared off, and that was because I had to enlarge, just get the tweezers in there and enlarge the hole slightly to make it go in. But you don't want it too large because you don't want them falling out. So I only had one that kind of pinged off. So make sure that kind of if you're doing this, you've got a decent area where it's not going to disappear off into deep carpet, because I don't think you'll find any of them, and they don't give you any spares either. So yeah, but all 8, yeah, fitted. Okay, and now that goes into or onto the lower dashboard. Just trying to work out where they go. You've got like the steering column, goes over to that side of the steering column. So you have got a few, and it does show that you still need to be able to see that one and that one. So you've got those, and it goes into the front ones of those, so you can still see the other ones. And then secured with 2 BP screws. Right. Looks nice though. And now we're fitting some more details. Now I've got the fuel gauge. So we've got the fuel gauge like that, the white on it, and that's going to be fitted quite close to the switches you've just fitted. It hasn't got a locating pin like some of them have. It can pretty much only go one way. And that's fitted in with 2 EP screws. Okay, so that's the fuel gauge, and now we've got the battery indicator, like that. And that's just going to be fitted just underneath the switches which we just fitted. And that's going to be another EP screw. Bit on that. And finally is the emergency parking brake, or what we call the handbrake. Yeah, a lot of the American cars have them where you got a foot brake, it's their handbrake. A lot of them are obviously automatic, so they don't really use handbrake. They just leave it in park. But this one, yeah, it's just going to be going over here. So it's not the accelerator pedal, or the gas pedal as they call it, it's an emergency park brake. And that's just going to be fitted in here, I guess. Yeah. And fitted in with another EP screw. Yeah, it's not going to move, that's just decorative. As I say, it's just the equivalent of the handbrake. Okay. And now finally what we're going to be doing is combining the 2 dashboards. Going to bring it over the upper dashboard. Make sure the wires are correct before I do this. And then I'm going to be attaching that using LP screws. Just get those ready. So we've got the lower dashboard. I think it's going to be these, looks like there's three mounts here. You've got the 1, 2, 3. And kind of mount that up because you've got these 3 here as well on the upper dashboard. 1, 2, 3. And they're just going to mate up together. There's also some contours you've got to mate up as well. And then yeah, fitting that in with the 3 LP screws. I'm going to load up an LP screw because I think it's going to be a little bit fiddly. Making sure I'm not crushing any wires, getting any wires in the way as well. Yeah, because definitely that middle one, you don't want to get any wires trapped in there. Okay, so that's yeah, that goes very, very nice, no panel gaps, you can see. Nicely fits together. Have to kind of fettle it at all. Goes very, very nicely together. And looking nice. Some nice details on there. Okay. So lower and upper dashboard put together. Some nice details added. And that's stage 42. Okay, so that's stage 42 done there. Nothing too difficult really on that. Just getting those switches into that switch panel. It's probably the most fiddly. I had one that disappeared off, pinged off. But I don't know, all I had to do was enlarge the hole ever so slightly with a pair of tweezers. And then it went in fine once I found it. But yeah, looking really, really nice. Now I've got the upper and lower dashboard kind of connected. Yeah. Very, very nice. Some nice detailed parts on there. Can't wait to get the lights up and running and all that kind of stuff with the wires. But so yeah, so that's it for subscribers pack for issue 12. Just waiting on the next subscribers pack. Hopefully that's going to be soon. My payment was due out yesterday. I just looked and it's 4 weeks since my last payment. So hopefully there's no delay on it. Before that was every kind of 3 weeks, so Eagle Moss seems to be a bit all over the place with taking payments and when they get parts out to us. Hopefully there's no delay. Hopefully we'll be getting it quite soon because I've got nothing else yet, but hopefully the F40 is going to be starting up soon. I've been told, obviously I said at the start, I got that email saying that they should be sending out the parts on the 7th of October, so that's only 2 weeks away. So I really can't wait to get back into that build. And then the Spitfire, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be getting my part pack. And that'll be me all caught up because I'm up to issue 13 on that. And in the next subscribers pack, I should be getting up to issue 14. So I'll be able to get something on the channel for that. So yeah, so if you'd like the progression of any of the models that I'm building on the channel, then please consider subscribing. You can always click the bell if you'd like to be notified anytime that a video goes live. But hey, thank you very much for watching. Hope to catch you again on the channel soon. Take care and ta-da for now.